Good evening. Welcome to another edition of the Sunday Bunch Live. On the panel tonight, we've got Lee, Terry and Mike. Mike, we'll start with you. How's your day been?
Not bad. I'm just on the back end of a cough/virus that knocked me out for a few days, but the football's improved the mood, so I'm good now.
There you go then. Terry, how's your day been?
It's been Kenny, the usual chilled day, lots of exercise and lots of chilling. Happy days.
Oh, lots of exercise, healthy eating and all that. So I don't like all that. And
Lee is with us.
Lee is with us from the Bilbao Black Cats over in Spain there. Lee, how's your day been?
Buenas noches, mate. How you doing? No, it's been a good day. You got the Spanish in early today. Yeah, it's been a good day. Went for an hour walk, power walk, 20 degrees weather. And randomly, I got watching some old Bobby Thompson clips because it came up in a WhatsApp group yesterday. So been spending some time watching Little Waster today.
What's the weather? Hang on, Mike. What's the weather like over there? Is it hot?
Sunny, 20 degrees. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah.
Is this going to be a regular thing? Because when we're in the middle of winter and it's miserable here, I don't want to hear about Lee's weather. I'm just saying.
It's been nice today. It's been lovely.
It's cold though. Well, I've got a new phone, so I will be. Well, I don't know how it works yet. So when we're on, I'll let you speak in Spanish, and I'll tell you what you're saying. Right. Don't forget, of course, you can have your say via the live chat. We are live, which means you can be included in it already on there. First up, SJ Patterson strikes again. Nathaniel Newman, hello. Peter Salkeld in there. The SAFC Tom, they're all in there. Tony Lee's there as well, and our very own Emma in the chat. So let's start then. Yesterday, Sunderland 2, Cardiff City 1. Pretty good. Were you happy with the starting lineup when you saw it, Lee?
I was a bit surprised that we didn't bring Isidore back in. I thought he would have come back in, and I was a bit surprised that Sirkin didn't come back in. Considering it was a home game, I thought like Hilda's more defensive, better for an away game. But listen, after the start that we had, I don't think we can really complain, can we not?
No, not really. Ian Wilkinson on the chat says, "Hi, gang. Another game we should have won at a canter, but we are Sunderland." And dead right, we did have a great start, but then I don't know what happened there. Terry, the starting lineup when you saw it, was you happy? Did we not mention the previous week that we would have still kept Isidore on the bench for it? We did, didn't we?
We did say that we would keep Meander in the team. Whether we would keep Isidore on the bench was another thing, but I didn't think you'd make any changes. I mean, you get a winning formation. Why do you change it? So I couldn't really. I wasn't surprised they didn't change it. Put it that way. So end of the day, I was quite happy with the starting lineup the way it is.
Right. Okay. Mike, when you saw the starting lineup, were you shocked, or was it all right for you?
The only shock was like what Lee said with Yelda on instead of Sirkin. I feel like it's not a time to mess with your defense too much. So that was the only one for me. But I mean, and I was disappointed until I saw him play, and he did quite well. So that was good. I wasn't bothered that Rigg was being rested. I think he needed that start off the bench, and he proved me right with that one.
Right. Well, I don't normally mention it, but we do our predictions obviously every week, and then we just never mention them. And I just think it deserves a mention that me, Terry, and Jacob last week all went for 2-1. So we had a clean sheet there. We had a clean sweep.
Can I say though, I'm getting it twice on the trot, and I did say 2-1 first last week, and you was all copied.
Yeah, whatever. Well, right. Right. Okay. Isidore not starting then on the bench. Do you think he should be a bit worried? I mean, because Meander's delivering the goods, like, isn't he, Terry?
No, I mean, I think Regis Labrie said he doesn't want to start them both together just yet. I mean, because there's still 10 games to go, got the playoffs to go. So I think he's obviously given the Meander the start after the brace. And what can you do? You've got to keep him in the team. Now, whether he would have started over, in a different position and gone 4-4-2 is another one for another day. But I think I wouldn't have been bothered if Isidore started alongside Meander yesterday. but you couldn't have dropped me end to put it that way.
Right, okay. Just before I pass that round, quickly on the chat, Mark Rodham says, evening, gents, Leeds defeat opens it all up again. And then it says, SJ says, Leeds getting beat means nothing for us. We ain't catching them, is what he's saying. I'll come back to that in a sec when I've asked you. Lee, should Isidore be worried then? I mean, he's been dropped down and there's Meander delivering the goods, really, isn't he?
Nah, I don't think so, Philly. I think he's proven this season his value to the team. He scored, 11, 12 goals. And I think he could do with a bit of a rest as well, because he's been our talisman for the majority of the season without anyone being able to step in. So I think, given the fact that Mayenda scored 2 at Sheffield Wednesday, I think it made that decision easier for Lebris. I think if Mayenda hadn't scored those 2 goals, then probably Isidore would have been straight back in. But because Mayenda got those 2 goals, I think it made it easier for Lebris to say, listen, stay on the bench, get another breather, and then, let's see how it goes. But, yeah, no complaints about that. I mean, Mayenda's in good form. He seems to be getting the club now as well, I think. He's getting more confident, I think, as well, isn't he, with his celebration with the fans?
Just very quickly on the chat, Tony Lee on there says Isidore should have come on for Roberts, apparently. And then Ian Brown says Roberts out for Preston. Don't know about Coventry. We should Meander on the wing, put Isidore up front, and no need to change formation. Mike, should Wilson be a little bit worried or what?
No, I don't think so at this stage. We've signed him now. He's no longer just a loan deal. We know his quality. And Meander, like you say, got a brace. How can you pull him off after that sort of thing? So,
to get him pulled off at half time, right?
Yeah, that's part of the service.
We just used to get oranges.
But it's you're right. It's a difficult decision, but I've constantly banging on the drum of 4-4-2, and I have been doing all season. So I want to see them together more than we have in this last game.
Yeah, definitely. Just very quick, let's pop back to that Leeds result earlier. Obviously, losing 1-0 to Portsmouth. And Terry banged on about it last week. Forget top 2, it's playoffs at best. Just the fact that Leeds lost, because he said, you did say Leeds weren't ever going to lose again, and Sheffield United weren't ever going to lose again, ever. And they've lost. But what it does, I was happy to concede that Leeds were probably uncatchable, really, and it was going to be if it was going to get in there, it was going to be one place. But them getting beat now opens up another place, so it's 2 places now to fight for. When we win on Tuesday, right, and Sheffield United and Burnley lose on Tuesday, and Leeds lose on Wednesday, 5 points. That's it. We're 5 points behind the top 2. So there you go. So that's where we're at. Anyway, back to Terry. Why are you sort of like motionless with the minute?
I'm just waiting to give you my say, but you're not here to ignore
well,
it.
Go on then. Go on, have your say then, Terry.
Well, put it this way: 7 days ago, we had the same conversation. We know better off 7 days later. Exact situation: 8 points and 6 points behind the other 2. So we could keep doing this till the cows come home, run out the games. We need to win basically all of our games, or win 3 more than 2 other teams. It's not going to happen, Phil. You might get one team losing one game, one team losing another game, but it's not going to happen 3 times on the trot, because it can't be 2 wins and a draw, because our goal difference is much worse off. So we have to rely on 2 of the top teams. Burnley lost 2 all season, and not going to lose another 3 games to the end of the season.
There's 10 games though, Terry, man.
It's like, we've got to win them all, and we're not playing good football, Phil. Yesterday wasn't really a good performance. No, it was workmanlike. We did what we had to do. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't a 4-0 like Burnley did.
It wasn't. Yesterday was a horrible watch. Absolutely horrible. But we got the 3 points, and it was an awful.
Just like all the rest, just like Burnley and Sheffield United did. It
was an awful game. I mean, Sheffield United were lucky to beat Preston yesterday.
And we'll watch on Tuesday. Preston are a decent side. You waited up. It's going to be a tough game during the week. It's going to be a tough game.
Listen. I'm not going to boot me Wembley just yet, because, well, actually, I did My wife doesn't know yet, but I did it. She finds out everything when we're on here. She doesn't know, but yesterday I did actually book the hotel, and it's the same hotel you're in, Terry. So I'll be coming knocking on your door, terrorizing you. There you go. Right, just
like Winston knocking on your door.
Yeah, probably. Right, we've got 107 people on the stream at the moment. You got to hit the thumbs up if you would.
Excuse me, what was that?
I'm gonna put some clothes on. You been in the bath?
I was in the bathroom.
Oh, you was in the bathroom.
I heard you.
Oh well, no, I haven't really. It's just you just make things up when you're on here for entertainment. That's all.
You need to get better flipping, better doors on that house, because obviously in the bathrooms like 3 or 4 doors away.
I don't know. Well,
Supersonic hearing, Terry.
so there you go. Right, okay. If you can hit the thumbs up for us, please. We're trying it 100 if we can on a Sunday. Lou, we got off to a flying start. Oh, go on, Terry.
Right, I don't think Karen's hearing's all that good, because when you said she'd paid for it, she didn't mention that.
Right, listen. Flying start yesterday. Within 2 minutes, it's in there, and you think, get in. This is it. We're going to have a hat full of goals. And we was all right. And then we went shit. And it was just like, I mean, any reasoning for that wise? Mike, have you got any, what's your thoughts on that?
I think it's a bit harsh to say we went shit. It was just, 19 shots we had for the whole game. Only 4 on target, but loads of them were blocks and stuff like that. There was nothing but excitement through the game. It wasn't like a dull game. You were sat there doing nothing. It was end to end. So I don't think we were crapper in any way. It's just hesitation in the final third. It's hesitation with most of our players. Don't know what to do with it with my feet. Panic. Don't shoot. And that's what it seemed to be. I don't think it's a poor performance at all.
Well, I tell you what. Let me chuck this in as well, and you the two you can answer on this as well. Did it not coincide with Roberts going off? Because I thought Roberts looked lively. And I know he gets a lot of stick, and I know I'm a big fan of Roberts anyway.
Me too. Me too. I think he's done brilliant in the last few games. I think Dan Neil had the worst game he's had in the last 3 or 4. I've been singing his praises in the last few games, but he didn't have a great game in this one. But Roberts has been brilliant, and I hope I've not heard anything about the injury. I don't know if you guys have.
Well, they're saying I've not heard about it, but someone on the chat said he's out for Preston. Doesn't know about Coventry yet, so I'm not sure with that. But it could have coincided with that. Terry, flying start and then went a bit gooey in the middle. Do you think Roberts going off changed things?
I think it disrupts things because you're in the floor and you have your formation and everything. And I don't think Chris Rigg is a natural replacement for a winger as a winger on the right as Roberts is. Chris Rigg for me is a bit more central. So I don't think we could have maybe put somebody else. We could have put Isidore up top and Miendo on the right, or change it around a little bit rather than bring Chris Rigg on. He did all right, but I think it does sort of just knock the sort of flow of the game a little bit, because it takes off one of your players who actually he's been playing well, like you say. So I think it did. That didn't help at all. Didn't help.
Right. Okay. I brought Colin in because he was in the bathroom and he doesn't like seeing his man naked, because not a pretty sight, to be honest, is it, Colin? Lee got off to a good start. Looks like it was good. I'm keep banging on about us getting more goals and getting our goal difference up a bit, and it looked good. And then for me, it went a bit shit. Do you think Roberts going off had anything to do with that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think what Terry said. I think Riggs more central player, and so he's got a natural decision to go more narrow in the centre, so we have no width. And I think that obviously it takes away that kind of a front foot attacking player that we've got. But no, I don't think we went shit in the first 20 minutes. I think first 20-25 minutes we had a couple of good counter attacks. We looked dangerous. It's just what Mike said before. It's just basically that decision making at the last pass, and we're not clinical enough, because we do get into some good positions. And the finish from Miendo was just outstanding, wasn't it?
Yeah, it took it really well. And we were laughing because when we saw the team selection, the starting lineup, I was thinking, this is off again. He's but You can't fault Mendes at the ground running, and he's been all right. As opposed to like Mundell, who's been out injured, and he's not really sort of found that form he was on. Right, we need to get on to Anthony Patterson again. And I should have gone to the chat there. I've been ignoring it. I'll come back to the chat after we've done this. I mean, Terry, you sit behind that goal as well, so you probably got a good view of it. I'm pretty much in line with it at the side. So, Anthony Patterson, is he at it again, or was he fouled? I saw it when I saw it live at the game. I thought he's messed up again. When I've seen it back on TV, it's a bit harder to see. Terry, was he fouled? Was it another mess up?
I think he just mistimed it a little bit. I think he just misjudged it, and I think he needs to be stronger. I don't know whether he's a little bit sort of dubious of coming out of his goal line and trying to clear it. Whether he's got like players in his eyesight, but he needs to just forget about the players and just get that ball clear, put his whole body behind it and smash the ball clear. I think he just misjudged it. Whether he's wary about another player coming in, I'm not quite sure. But I think he just mistimed it, and it wasn't one of his best clearances or one of his best decisions. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. We've got defenders there as well. They need their help as well.
Yeah, all right, okay. Just very quickly on the chat, people are saying Emma, who's part of our show down here, says Sirkin hasn't been on his game for weeks, so she was pleased that he didn't start. Labrise has confirmed that Roberts isn't playing on Tuesday. Nathaniel Newman says, I think Patterson was terrible. It's been given a lot of goals recently. It could have cost us the game. I mean, we got it, but it could have cost us the game. Lee, was he at fault for their goal, or was he fouled? What do you think?
I don't think he was fouled, because I think like the contact came after the ball had gone through his hands, so it is an error on his part. But I don't think the errors look bad when a goal comes as a result of it. But I think overall this season, I mean, he's been part of a defense that's kept like overall a dozen clean sheets. So I think like they're just isolated cases where they happen and the mistakes. But I don't think changing the keeper is the option. I don't think that's the right decision to make. I think we've got to stick with him and just back him, because after all, we are fourth in the league. And we have got one of the best defensive records in the league as well. So I don't think we need to kind of make gung-ho change and bring Simon Moore in. I think we just need to back him and get his confidence back. And as Terry said, like, he just needs to basically stop worrying about other players around him. And if he needs to take someone out and punch them, because he takes them out and punches them along with the ball.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm not even sure he got to the ball. You know what I mean? It's just, he just seemed to just like miss completely. Tony Lee says playoffs for us against the horrible Coventry in the semi-final. Mike, Patterson at fault. You'll have watched it on your live stream, so you'll have seen it on the TV angle.
Yeah,
what actually felt.
I usually reserve judgment on keepers because that's what I used to do myself. So I was only because I was terrible outfield.
Is that why you're a bit low?
Yeah, a few kicks to the head. No, so somebody mentioned it in my chat as well, and it's right. Patterson's a young lad who has a classic problem of overthinking things. All right. It's only set pieces when he makes these mistakes, when he's got time to think and ponder and worry and know what he's going to do on free kicks and set pieces. That's when this happens. As a reactionary keeper, play comes in, a shot's taken quickly. He's amazing. When he's not thinking, he's amazing. And I think that comes down to what we said at the start of the season. He needs an experienced keeper there, working with him, getting that maturity up. And I think that's what Moore is doing for him. I would not drop him. Give him a rest if he needs it. Let Moore have a game. We know he's good enough, but I wouldn't drop him at all. It's just that maturity level, and it's that overthinking that is his issue at the moment.
Is that the same thing, though?
What's that?
If he gets rested, it's the same as being dropped for a game.
Well, I mean, by his choice, I would say it would be a manager having a word with him and see what he wants to do. That's what I meant by that.
And I think Amazing's a bit strong as well, mate. I don't think he's amazing.
Fight! Yes!
I think he is. As a reactionary keeper,
I think he's done well over the seasons.
Yeah,
I think he's made a lot of errors lately.
Look at his errors.
I think he's a good keeper, but he's not amazing.
Yeah, look at his errors, though. It's set pieces. It's things like that. It's when there's time to process it. Honestly, it's overthinking. That's all it is.
Amazing keepers learn from the mistakes, don't they?
Well, he will. Might take him a few seasons.
Right,
then a Premier League team will sign him, like the rest of our keepers.
Right. I think you should have put up more of a fight there, Mike, for the goalies union. Definitely, you should have had a proper go into Terry there. Michael Bowers.
I personally don't see him in the Premier League. That's just my opinion.
I don't right now. I genuinely don't. If he went into the Premier League, he'd be a second keeper to someone we'd have to sign, and he'd still be developing. He's a developing keeper. The fact he's in our first team is great for him, but he needs a lot more development still.
Yeah, he needs. Like I say, I don't know whether he needs another coach or something, or someone just to take them under his wing, like. But yeah. To be fair, I think he's made more errors and mistakes this season than he did last season. I think.
Definitely. Totally agree with that, Terry. He has. Michael Bowers in the chat. So a good friend of ours, Michael says, yesterday's second half wasn't a great performance. Agreeing with you there, Terry. He's also saying, he did say here that he's an average championship keeper for him. It's what he's saying there. Miles Percival, which hotel still has rooms available? Well, Miles, if I had booked my room for Wembley, right, then I could tell you that the Premier Inn at Wembley Park has got rooms available. However, they are very, very expensive, which now means Karen's going to go onto my email and have a look, see how much I've actually put. Well, I can cancel, so it's all right. But yeah, there's rooms. What? I'm getting the look now. What? I've not paid for any. I've only sort of like, it's only pending on my card, isn't it? That's it. So, anyway, swiftly moving along. As you can see, we all know who's boss in our house, and it's not me.
I think she's downstairs. She's just talking to herself.
Yeah, are you downstairs?
We're both downstairs.
Oh yeah, we're both downstairs. We've got no stairs in here, man. God, are we, man? Right then,
let's
listen.
bungalow these days.
Well, we had to because she can't go upstairs, can't
Right,
she's
okay,
like
right.
so
I forgot you moved house.
No, we've moved. So there you go. Right, listen, that aside, I thought it was a little bit lucky to even get the win. I mean, when they hit the post, I mean, they've not shown that on the telly, but when they hit the post, and I know it's the opposite end to where I sit, but it looked like it hit the post and went along the goal line, and I thought, poof. So, but for me, I thought when we brought Isidore on, totally changed the game. I do. I just think it did. Lee, are you thinking the same, or was we starting to press anyway?
No, I think like Lebris basically said, I'll give you 10 minutes after half time, see how it goes, and if it's not working, I'm going to make changes, which was nice to see actually, because he normally makes his changes quite late, doesn't he? But he made his changes on 56 minutes, and he brought Sirkin and Isidore on for Hjelde and Alan Brown, which was basically a sign of like, we're going to go for the win. So I think it was the right decision, and he got the timing spot on.
Right, fair enough. Just very quickly before we go any further, I want to say a massive thank you to Haley Dixon, who's paid $1.99. What's that?
Harley Nixon. You got that completely wrong.
Let's say Haley Dixon. Well, I tell you what, you know what? Harley Nixon. Sorry about that, Haley. Right. I do apologize, honestly. I should wear my glasses, really. Harley Nixon, thank you very much. Donated $1.99 via the super chat. Can we have a round of applause, please, for Harley, Haley, Nixon, Dixon, whoever. Thank you very much. It says, let's keep the faith. 10 games Let's get the soul rocking down there. So thanks to you for that. Don't forget, of course, you can donate via the super chat if you wish to do so. There's a little $sign at the bottom of there, and if you'd like to do that, it all helps with the running of the channel. Very gratefully accepted it is. Mike, bringing Wilson on, was that the difference? Were we up to gear?
Yeah, because we practically went to 4-4-2. It was more attacking formation, and it's what we've been saying for a long time. A lot of us have been championing that for a long time, and we see it works when it happens. I don't think Sirkin was a deal breaker. I think Yelda had a better attacking game than Sirkin did. Yelda was getting up in the box and everything. He was making some great runs. Sirkin came on, and he just turned back every time. So he didn't impress me, Sirkin, but the actual change, they were positive, they were attacking, and it was good to see that early on, not 85 minutes in.
Right. Okay. I'm just reading the chat here. Emma said Emma's booked into that hotel as well, so it's going to be an SAFC Fan TV hotel, really. So Terry's in it, I'm in it, Emma's in it. For Karen says I'm not in it. Well, Emma booked last June and got 2 rooms for £249. Oh no, 1 room for £249 for 2 nights. Wow, mine's nowhere near that.
And I remember
£549 for 1 night. Is that right?
I
remember when she booked it, and I bagsied the bath, so I've got a room.
Well, to be fair, mine's a twin room anyway. But I don't know where Karen said she's not going down. So I don't know where I'm going with anyway yet. So if we had somebody to go, I can half my hotel bill. But they'll come down anyway, because when somebody else here says, where was it? I liked it. Lost it. Somebody said just cancel the hotel anyway, because we've got 10 games to play, and sell it to a Sheffield United fan. Whoever gets knocked out in the other semi-finals, they cancel the hotel, so they end up with loads of rooms. So I'll probably get it cheaper anyway. So did we do you, Mike, on Wilson changing the game? We did. Terry, do you think that was the change? I mean, we did go 2 up front when he brought him on. Your thoughts on it?
I think we've seen it a few times this season when he's played them both. They've played better, obviously more attacking formation. I think he's just a bit worried about the midfield. That's why he doesn't play 2 up top. Unless he's worried about playing them both together for whatever reason, too soon, too far away from the playoffs. I think we should have a little bit of a sort of go at this 4-4-2 malarkey with these 2 starting for once, because it might be interesting if they're both in the starting. But I think he's worried in case if he starts them both, there's nobody to come on to replace them. So we've got
but we'll already be 4 or 5 up by then.
That would be ideal, wouldn't it? That would be ideal. So I think his way of thinking is that he keeps one on the bench. If needs be, he can swap or bring them both on, then take one off later on. So maybe that's where we haven't got the extra strikers, where it's a bit of a downfall.
Lee, you want in there?
No, I think the reason why he doesn't want to go 4-4-2, Phil, is because he's very fearful of our midfield getting bypassed. And our midfield, even though we play with a 3, it just takes one pass sometimes to get on the front foot, and our defenders running back towards goal. And I think that's his biggest fear, that if we play 4-4-2, it'll only work for a certain period of time before we get sussed out. So that kind of begs the question: do we need like a more defensive midfield player like Samed to come in? Because I think he's the person who wouldn't really move from that position, whereas Dan Neil, naturally, he wants to get forward as well. So I think that kind of like creates the problem, is that why we get so open, because him and Job, they both want to go forward. So it leaves a bit of a gap. So I think that's the reason why he's a bit wary of going 4-4-2.
Is Samed not injured again?
He was on the bench yesterday, was he not? No.
Was he on the bench?
No.
I think he got some sort of knock again. And there's Paveda out again for another month. I mean, he's a waste of space. Absolute waste of
wage. Both are write-offs. Both have to be chalked down to a mistake, in my opinion.
I mean, you win some, you lose some. Just get rid of it.
Is what it is.
I mean, when I saw when they changed it and went 2 up front, I thought, this would be ideal. But then, Roberts injured. Just knacks that up a bit as well. And like, you know, it's but I mean, I hadn't really thought about the midfield. I mean, I'm not a big thinker when it comes to, you know, I'm an old-fashioned 4-4-2 bloke anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's a fair point. Like, I don't know. Just right. Let's see if we can get some more likes on this. We're on 66 at the moment. Just hit that thumbs up if you would. If you're watching on a mobile device and you got the live chat open, just close that and you'll see the thumbs up. Just bang that and we'll get up to 100 on that. And equally, if you're watching and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Free to subscribe, and it does help us out. Now, somebody is asking about Jayden Danns. When's he available for Sunderland? Is it right that he's not going to play this season? Is he? He's only on loan till the end of the season, and he's
I have a theory with this. I think that's all. I think we'll get him next season again when he's fit. If we don't make it to the, I think even if we made it to, I think if we don't make it to the Premier League, but even if we did, I think he'd be wanting to come back.
Right. Okay. John Nesbitt says Dan's out for the season. So which we thought. Substitution yesterday. Tommy Watson came on, and I thought, get in, because I when I'm at the week shift, I don't really get the chance to see the team properly and who's on the bench. I didn't even know that he was on the bench. He came on. How do you think he did? Was you pleased with what you saw, Terry?
Right, it's early days, isn't it? I mean, let's face it, he's the same boat as Mundle. Mundle looks about half a yard off the pace at the moment. Doesn't look like he has the confidence. You can see it. I don't know whether he's holding back a little bit because your hamstring could go again. And he's just warming into the game. He's getting more confidence as he goes along. Because I mean, he's a good player, and I think he'll get better as the season goes on towards the playoffs. I think Tommy Watson's a similar situation. I think them two can share the load on the left-hand side, can't they? Really?
Right. Okay. John Swinney, who's down in New Zealand. Hiya, John. Thanks for tuning in. Says Samad is out with a calf strain for 3 weeks, so he's out with that. Where's Lefebvre playing when he's fit? Well, he's going in the middle, hopefully. I mean, it's we're all waiting to see that. Mike, how do you think Tommy Watson did when he came on?
Yeah, similar views to Terry. Really, it's early days. He came on. He didn't do anything drastically wrong. He didn't impress us as much as he was before he went off injury, but that's expected. I think Mundle improved this game compared to coming on last. He's picking his pace back up. You're seeing some of that runs and some of them cut-ins again. So he's starting to get the pace, and Tommy will follow. It depends how much game time he gets, I suppose. But he could be fudged on the other side. He has been done before, so I don't know if they're going to try that.
Right, okay. Lee, Tommy Watson?
No, I like him. I think he's a good player, but I think we just need to be careful with him because when he came in at the start of the season, he had those first few games where he looked a bit out of place. But then I think it was like the Sheffield United game where he really came into his own. And obviously, he got that injury, and it's kind of set him back a little bit. So I think we just got to give him a couple of games to get up to speed. And I think he's a very handy replacement for Mundle. Like after 70 minutes, yeah, I'm all for it.
Right, okay. Just very quickly back on the chat, we'll try and include as many as we can. James Richardson says, I know some Wednesday lads. They said when we signed Paveda, it would be brilliant if we could keep him fit. Unfortunately, we haven't, so we'll never know. Tara Paveda. Ollie Alexander. And any years and years, isn't he? Terry, where's your match preview for Preston?
Match preview for Preston? Oh, yeah, I'll do it tomorrow.
There you go, Ollie. You'll see that tomorrow. So, what about then? What about a man of the match from you all then? Yesterday, like you said, it wasn't pretty to watch, but we got the 3 points. Who was your favourite, Mike?
I'll give it to Mienda. It would be between both the goal scorers, to be fair, but at 85 minutes and you're winning 2-1, it's very easy for a player to sit back and go, nah, I'm going to play it in the corner. Nah, he'll just keep possession. He was still running all out, full pelt, trying to get a ball that Hume looped over the top, full of energy, full of drive, wants to attack all the time. And I think his work ethic plus the goal, man of the match for me.
Fantastic. Lee, who impressed you?
I'd probably go between Mayenda because I thought he led the line really well, and every time he picked up the ball, now half to go on the counter, he always looked dangerous. He did that a couple of times, but I was also impressed with Trey Hume, and I think that tackle that he did towards the end of the match kind of like basically edged it for me. I thought Trey Hume was outstanding, and he got the assist as well for the second.
Right, okay. Terry, who was your favourite then yesterday?
Well, it's hard to go against the two lads there. Both players had good games, but I'll just be different. I'll give it to Mepham. It's great to see the guy's first goal for the club. Is that his first goal for the club? I think it is. Yeah, just to beat Johnny on the spot. Unconventional goal scorer, striker, brilliant. I love the way he celebrated. I love his attitude. I think he's been great in defence for the majority of the season. And I think we got to try and sign this lad up for me.
Right, okay. Different people on the chat are saying Ian saying Mundell man of the match. SAFC Tom says, Mike, you were man of the match for your excellent commentary apparently yesterday. So there you go. You got a fan there. SJ says Patterson man of the match. Marianne and Carl Taylor, our friends in Boston, Massachusetts. How you doing, you two? Good to hear from you again. Hume 009. Michael Bowers says Mayenda, man of the match for him, played excellently and didn't give Cardiff a moment's rest. Danny D says Mayenda, scary player for other teams. I'll tell you what, I did quickly notice yesterday with Coventry. They did what we scream out every game for us to do. They left a man on the halfway line each time, and it took two of our players away. And we, especially the way Isidore plays for us, if we left Isidore up, right, when they had a corner, anything like that, ready to break, it would take some of their players away, and he thrives on that. And
they were rapid on the counter attack. Cardiff, though, unbelievable.
But they did exactly that. They left him. I've not seen it for ages because people don't seem to do it anymore. I don't know, but anyway, that was yesterday. 3 points in the bag. 3 points closer to Leeds, Terry, because they lost today. I know you don't think that matters for some reason, but we are 3 points closer to them, aren't we?
3 games away.
10, it's nearly a quarter of a season left, Terry. 10 games. They're not going to win. We're going to win 10 games. Right. Say we're in there. In fact, you know what? Is that the Premier Inn? Yeah, can you cancel that room, please? Thank you very much. Right then.
It's non-refundable, The
what?
Non-refundable for you.
No, I made sure the amount I'll be paying, it's definitely refundable. Right, listen. Tuesday night, Preston are in town, and they were pretty good. They were pretty good against Sheffield United. The highlights I've seen on the telly, they were a bit. I thought they were a bit unlucky. So it's not going to be easy, and we do play a little bit better away from home, and we are at home. I was going to say starting 11. Obviously, Roberts is going to be out. Terry, would you switch it about with Roberts not being available for Tuesday? What would you do?
I think Regis Lebris is a creature of habit. I think he'll just start Rig on the right-hand side. That's what I think he'll do. Personally, I would start Isidore top, put Mayenda on the right. But there's not many options, to be fair. We haven't got many options with players being out. So I wouldn't start Tommy Watson for 2 or 3 games yet, because I think it's not worth the risk. We need to keep him fit. And that's about it, really. I think that's all. For me, he's only going to be able to start Rig, I think, on the right or Mayenda. It's whichever one you want to start there.
Right, okay. On the chat then, Danny D says Preston will park the bus and he's worried. SJ says Mayenda on the wing. Mark Rodham says 2-0 win Tuesday night. Well, hopefully. Lee? Starting 11, but I mean, obviously Roberts is going to be out. He's not going to be available. What would you do?
What would I do? I would play Isidore up front and Mayenda on the right. But I think what Terry said, I think Lebris will go safe, and I think he won't want to risk playing Isidore and Mayenda in the same game a few days before Coventry, because I think that's the bigger game.
I think they're all big games now, though, aren't they? I mean, it's like, you know, we need to win these because to get top two. I know Terry's written it off already, but Mike, you're starting 11.
Yeah, I can only echo what they've said. I'd have Mayenda on the right. I think he'll use Rig, though, instead. The only other thing is I'd probably give Yelder another start. He impressed me more than Sirkin did, so I'd make sure he started again. There's nothing wrong with that back four, and they did nothing wrong. I would be interested to know how many people would start more over Patterson in this game, though.
Well, that's my next question, so there you go. But it's there's people coming on about that. Danny D saying Blondie in goal. Neil dropped. Dale Boyd is saying Mundell, Mayenda, Wilson.
Brown has to play as well, right? Because of the history with Preston. Surely he's got to get a start again.
Well,
but, I mean, we can't underestimate them. To talk about the last game, they were unlucky. It wasn't that long ago. They beat Burnley 3-0 in the FA Cup.
Yeah, FA Cup though. Burnley not interested in the FA Cup. There's two.
Still had a full squad out.
Right, Terry.
He may be tempted. You know, there's no reason. You should start really theoretically the same team as started yesterday and started the week before. But he may be thinking, I know two days rest. Do we start Isidore and put Mayenda on the bench and bring Mayenda on later on in the game, or do we start them both? I mean, yeah, Brown has to start, and of course Brown's got to start. I think he'll play Chris Rigg personally, and I think he might start Isidore and drop Mayenda, but it's hard to drop Mayenda when he's playing so well. So I wouldn't personally, but I'm thinking about what he might do and the way he's been taught in the past. He doesn't like playing them both together at the beginning of the games.
Right, okay. Just very quickly on the chat here, Marianne and Carl Taylor say they agree with Terry, but maybe bring Alexic in for Brown. Also on here, we got a Coventry City fan, Paul CCFC 87. The Sky Blues will spoil the party again. I don't want to knock you because unfortunately, it looks like Coventry are that team. But you know, there's always a team comes racing up at the end, and they're the team that were the favourites in the playoffs. But I do worry for Coventry if you've peaked a little bit too early. You know, I mean, you've had a good win. I don't know if it's 9 wins out of 10 or something now or something like that. But you still got 10 games to go. You got to keep that going. So it may be that you peaked early, but I think I'd probably speak for a lot of Sunderland fans if I said we don't really want Coventry in the playoff semi-final. But we'll have to see. Patterson has been getting a lot of stick. He's made errors. Like you said, Terry, he's probably made more mistakes this season than any other. Is it worth dropping him, or as Mike says, resting him, or does he just need a little time away? His confidence has got to be shot because he's made a few errors in the last few. Do we stick more in goal, Terry?
I can guarantee he starts on against Preston. He's not going to drop Patterson. You know, he doesn't drop players that often, does he? So I don't think he's going to be dropping Patterson. I mean, personally, if he was to have another error in the next couple of games, I think, yeah, he probably deserves to have a rest and let Moore have a go. That's why Moore's come in as backup, probably backup for injuries. But I don't think he'll be changing any goalkeepers against Preston. Like.
Right, okay. I mean, see, I don't mind Simon Moore. I think when I've seen him,
I've got a problem with him. No, I've got a problem.
I think he's been all right. It's just Patterson's not a bad keeper, you know. I mean, I'm not, and it's a shame because when a goal goes in, a goalie tends to get the blame for it. All I'm thinking is he's had a few on the trot now, and they can't be doing his confidence any good. My mate said when we play Coventry, they'll just rain crosses in all the time, and he's going to be flapping at them. And I don't know, Mike, you're the ex-goalie on here. Would you stick more in for Patterson?
Personally, no. I would keep Patterson in. He's got to have work on in his game and stuff like that. But yeah, it's not the time to do that at the moment. Not with 10 games to go.
Right, Terry, you went in there.
I was the next goalie. I used to play with my mates in the street corner with a tennis ball.
No.
I used to always go and goal.
Actual football, Terry.
All right. Sorry.
I was slimmer.
Lee, would you keep Patterson in, or do you think he needs to step away from it?
No, definitely keep him in. I think he's had the defense and the back five have had a good season, and that's why we're fourth. And we had that run at the start of the season. Listen, he's had a couple of errors, but he's not making in game, like in the same game, he's not making error after error after error, which in that case you would take him out. Do you know what I mean? It's just that, listen, when Isidore missed those penalties against Burnley, people were saying, like, let's back him, let's get behind him. And do you know what I mean? I think we need to do the same with Patterson. I think his personality is very curious as well, because he's not like a Pickford. You know, like Pickford's like a very extrovert going guy, very lively, very talkative. I think Pato's more introvert. He's got like that shy personality. And I think, as Terry mentioned earlier, that like he needs to basically learn how to command his box better. And I think he has got better at that, because I remember back in the League One days, he was like a bit flimsy, wasn't he? He was a bit thin, but now he's bulked up. And I think he just needs to kind of like believe in himself more and believe that he can get those balls, because he is tall, he is strong, and he just needs to have that little bit more self-belief. But yeah, I agree with Mike that he shouldn't be taken out now. I think we don't mess around with that at this stage of the season. I don't think it'll make a huge difference. I think it could be worse for his confidence if we take him out.
Right, okay. Before I go back to the chat, 84 likes we've got here. 16 more people hit that thumbs up. Get us to that magic 100 we'd like to get to on a Sunday night. And of course, if you are watching and you're not a subscriber, subscribe for us. Just the subscribe button. It's free to do that. And that will help the channel out immensely. Back on the chat very quickly. SAFC Gaza says, play the strongest 11 every time until top two is mathematically out of the question. I don't think it's changing the team a case of weakening. It's just it's injuries and things like that to I think he'll play his best team each time. Richard Stedman says we need to support Patterson. This is what you're saying, Lee. There, he's easily one of the best keepers still in the Championship. Tony Lee agrees with that as well.
I mean, Philly, sorry to put in, but like if you look at like the Leeds keeper, he's made like plenty of howlers this season, and they're first, and he's still number one. You know what I mean? So I think like they are good keepers, but when you're a keeper and you make a mistake, you often don't have anyone to bail you out of the shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
It's noticed more as a keeper.
Yeah. Where we are, Marion Carl Taylor says he won't drop Pato, but he would go for more. Pato needs to, here we go again, because we got wrong for this last week. Pato needs to hit the treadmill as well. When we mentioned it, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, and we said he's looking a bit overweight. And then somebody came on and says, disgraceful fat shaming and all this bollocks. But when we'd come off air, somebody put on a picture of Patterson side by side with him now and last season, the season before. And I tell you what, he's piled the beef on like, and he is chunky, and maybe he does need to lose a bit of weight, be a bit more agile. I don't know if he's, but anyway, I mean, I tend to agree with you. I don't mind Simon Moore at all. I don't think he's a bad keeper, and if they brought him out, I wouldn't be screaming about it. But I think he just needs. I think we need to keep it as samey as we can on this run in. We're still doing all right. We're still picking up points. Right. So I'd said, I'll tell you what, we'll get predictions then, because we talked about playing Meander with Wilson. Predictions from you for Tuesday night then. Sunderland versus Preston North End. Lee, what do you think?
Well, I mean, there was a comment before in the chat, wasn't there, about like saying Preston will park the bus. But I don't think they will, because I don't think that's Paul Heckenbottom's style. I think every time I've played him against in the past, he's always been kind of like front foot. So I reckon it could be an open game, and I reckon we'll get a 2-0 win.
A 2-0 win. We're going to get a 2-goal like margin. It's not happened for God knows how long, right? 2-0.
Luton was the last one, wasn't it?
Was it? And how long ago was that?
Last month, wasn't it? Luton at home.
Oh, when we was. Oh, well, right. Oh, well, just. Well, when this goes out in the edit, I'll cut that out so I don't make myself look absolutely stupid. Right. Mike, what are you saying for a prediction?
We're going to see Isidore and Meander on the pitch at the same time, and we're going to see a 3-0 at least win. At least.
Mind you, I mean, you're always optimistic, but even that's a bit conservative for you. 3-0.
At least.
Right, okay.
I'll add that. I'll add that caveat.
Right, we'll take that. Terry, what are we saying? Terry, if you take your mic off mute, and then you can let us know.
I think Preston is a better team than Cardiff and Hull. I think they're a better side altogether. I think they're coming into decent form. They beat Burnley in the FA Cup 3-0. They give them a hard-fought draw. I know that's one of the derbies. They just say they got beat Sheffield United. So I'm going to go for, I think it'll be a 2-1 Sunderland win for a hat-trick of 2-1s. But it won't be easy. It'll be difficult yet again. We'll struggle.
Right, okay. You know what? For a change, I think I'm going to go 3-1 Sunderland and do that. But people on the chat, SJ saying 1-1. There's a lot of draws coming in here. I don't like the sound of that. Like SFC Gaza says 2-2. Our very own Emma says 1-0. Danny D says 1-1. Miles Percival is going for 2-2. 1-0 Marianne and Carl Taylor. 3-0 Stephen Thorne. 2-0 Richard Stebbin. 2-1 Colin Major. Another 2-1 Pixel Rich down there. They're coming in. Tony Lee. 3-0. Tony, get off the drink, man. Right then. I'll tell you what we've got left. We've got about 10 minutes left. I've got a hair on my hat, and I don't know where that's
from your head again,
I don't know where that's come from. Like, so probably. Right. Next 5 games then. Right. Bearing in mind, top 2 is still very much on. Preston at home, Coventry away, Millwall at home, West Brom away, and Norwich away.
That's 6 games, isn't it?
You know, well, what would you be happy? I know we all want maximum points, of course we do. But you know, what would you be happy with those next 5 games? Mike?
It's me. Come on. 15 points. It's got to
you don't. So if we drop a couple of points,
I'm going to be gutted. No, if we get 9 out of them, that probably be average. But I'd want at least 12. I'd say. But I thought I'm with you, Philly. We're going to win all 10.
Well, I'm just. I mean, there's a few away games in there, but we are better away from home. We really are. Lee, what do you think? Next 5 games: Preston home, Coventry away, Millwall at home, West Brom away, Norwich away. What would you be happy with?
I think just like avoiding defeat in the away games, Philly. I think like win your home games, and I think Coventry and West Brom are going to be tough. Norwich are no slouches.
Well, West Brom are up to 6 now as well.
Yeah. So I mean, this week, if we're thinking short term, I'd be happy with 4 points this week, and then maybe 4 points the following week, and then for the Norwich game, hopefully go for the win, because I don't think Norwich are in. Are they still in the playoff contention? I don't know. So
they're a bit further down now. I think they're hovering around with Middlesbrough, and I think Middlesbrough have probably blown it after this weekend. I mean, you see. You know, win your home games, get a draw on the away. I think we've got more chance of winning the away games and getting a draw at home. I just don't think we're better at home at the moment, and that's got to change. Terry, what are you saying out of that? The next 5 games, what will you be?
Well, according to your mindset, we have to get 15 points, don't we?
Well, why not?
We will.
Coventry away. You just said 9 out of 10 wins. West Brom 6th away, Norwich away, Millwall, Alex Neil at home. There's some potential banana skins in there. I'll be absolutely over the moon with 15 points in them games, but I reckon about 9.
Well, the thing is, and I know it's. I mean,
9-7.
We do tend to play better against the better teams, and some of those. I mean, like you said, Coventry, West Brom, Norwich. I don't think the Millwall thing, the Preston. We do struggle against. I mean, we should have beaten Burnley, missing them 2 penalties. We absolutely battered Sheffield United away from home. We really did. I thought it was unlucky against Leeds. And Lee?
No, I'm saying you're saying we play better away from home, but we haven't beaten Sheffield United, Burnley, or Leeds away. You know what I mean? So, and Coventry and West Brom, and even well, we got Blackburn at home, but even Norwich for that matter. Like, I think they are tough games. So I don't think it's not a given that we're going to go there and play well, because we haven't won the other big games away from home. So,
well, thanks for pissing on me, Chips. Thank you very much. Right, just people on the chat saying 9 points if we're lucky down here. 13 points, Emma saying, Ian Brown saying 13 points, a draw with Coventry to get 12 points. And then, I don't know. Where we had it. James Richardson, are you going to give me your shirt, Philly? It's class. I'm a little bit worried because James Richardson earlier said he would share the room with us at Wembley, and now he's wanting the clothes off me. I tell you what, that's a bit of a red flag, that but who knows? I still think top 2 is available for us there. I mean, I'd like 15 points, but I think 13. I think 13 is achievable. I really do. It's
not good enough for top 2, is it?
What depends on the other 2.
Well, why not?
Why not 15? You said need to win every single.
Will you accept then? Will you accept that? No. Will you accept then if Sheffield United and Burnley get beat on Tuesday and we win? Will you be a bit more thinking, right? Well, it could be on, because
it's not going to happen, is it?
It's going to be 5 points behind Sheffield United.
Not going to happen, is it?
So, well,
I'm a realist.
Why is you pessimistic, man? Why is it not?
There's nothing wrong, Phil, with dreaming. I totally get it. I know where you're coming from. Nothing wrong with dreaming. I'm just being a realist.
All right. So, in your book, then, Terry, right? There's no way that Leeds were going to get beat off Portsmouth today, was there? I mean,
we need 2. We need 2 out of the 3 teams constantly losing. They're not going to happen.
I'm just trying to say, you're saying it's not going to happen. But Portsmouth, in your book, Portsmouth shouldn't have beaten Leeds today, should they?
No, Portsmouth are playing better football. Leeds have dropped a bit of form.
If what?
Leeds have dropped a bit of form.
Well, there you go. So they're going to lose on Wednesday.
They're not going to lose 3 or 4 games. We're not going to win 3 or 4 games.
We'll be all right, Lee.
Philly, I'm going to defend you, mate. I don't think it's over yet, because if you go back to the championship season a few years ago, when we got into the playoffs last minute, last game of the season, I think there's still a lot of games to play, and I think it's this time of the season now where the asses of some teams do really drop, and there is more pressure to get those points, and a lot of teams do feel the pressure and they over try to get the goals, and I think it wouldn't surprise me if Sheffield United and Burnley do get a few draws in the coming games. So I think we've just got to take it game by game, and just hope for them to slip up.
Everybody wants to win every single game. We all want to get in the top 2. My opinion is we're not going to do it.
Well, look, before I say this last bit, then we've got 99 likes, and all we want is 100. So are you going to be that person, that one person who hits that thumbs up and gets us 200? Do that. I was going to put it to you. Do we not have the an easy running? Because, on paper it doesn't look so bad, but really, when you think about it, those teams that are now down at the bottom, it is like Lee said, it's that time of year where they now start the fight for their lives, and that's why they are tough for the beat. But it's still on. SAFC Tom says 3 words till the end, Terry. Till the end. Stop,
Until it's not possible. Yes, it's always mathematical possible, but my opinion is we're not going to do it.
Right. Okay. Well, We'll agree to
I
disagree.
don't know what part of that do you not understand?
I understand it. I've earmarked last week's Sunday Bunch where you were saying there is no way we are going up top 2, so that when it happens, I can bring that out and go, nah. And
I'll be sitting there going, yes, get in, Philly. I'm over the moon. You were right, now I was wrong.
Yeah, right. Well, good. And of course, if it doesn't happen, then that video will just stay in the archives and it won't be coming out.
I totally get what people want to be in the top 2. When people dream, they do dream. I'm just an old hand at this. I know what we like.
Just an old man.
We've definitely got
too grumpy these days.
Are you all right, Lee? You're all right. Me and you'll have a conversation because Statler and Waldorf here are going at it.
Right. Okay. Look, that just about wraps it up anyway from us down here. Mike, are you doing a live stream on Tuesday on your channel? Give it a plug.
As long as I don't have another turn of health, but yeah, on Black Cats TV, we'll be doing a live commentary. There's loads of people doing it, so join any one of us on here doing live commentaries and stuff, and you won't be disappointed.
How many subscribers have you got now, Mike?
I think it's just over 1,300 now.
So go on, subscribe to Mike's channel. Subscribe
exactly.
To his channel.
So that's it. Get yourselves over there. Give it a subscribe and get the numbers up for the lads. Do that. There you go. And every subscriber gets a free fancy mug, apparently. Is that right?
I'll send you the bill, Philly.
Yeah. Terry, are you at the match? Or will you be doing a stream, or what are you doing? Do you not know yet?
I'll be at the match. No doubt I'll be at the match with Wincy and Jonas, so it'll be a quick, short vlog when I'm there.
Right, okay. Good.
Raimondo, of course, if he's sober.
Oh, fantastic. Right then. And Lee, will you be watching the match just at home, or are you going to a bar, or what are you doing now?
No, just at home on SAFC Live, mate. The usual.
All right. Yeah, that's good. All right. Well, that wraps it up from everybody down here. Lee, do you want to just say bye to everybody?
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego, baby! And all that, right. And Mike, just about everybody, would you?
Bye, everyone. Don't forget, if you're not subscribed, absolutely free. Do it now. Get these numbers up as well.
Fantastic. There you go. And Terry, Mr.
Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next Sunday when Sunderland have got 6 points and Leeds and Burnley and Sheffield United have got none.
Brilliant.
Exactly that.
Brilliant. And there you go. And
Terry will eat humble pie on air.
Yeah, if that happens,
I like any pie, Mike. Any pie will do me.
Well, listen. Terry will be on next week saying that we're in with a chance. If that happens. Listen, thanks for tuning in. There will be a live stream, I think, Tuesday night on this channel, and we've got some more content coming on for you as well. So thanks for tuning in. You've been absolutely superb. And don't forget, if you're a member of the channel, watch for your name in the credits at the end. We'll see you later. Bye. Do that with what Terry does and all that. See you later. Bye-bye.